Hello Sagittarius, and welcome to your March 2026 tarot card reading. We're going to get started with a spirit animal to get a sense of your internal world, your internal landscape. Dove spirit, be peace. Ooh, I like that for you. I think that you're probably one of the most exuberant and outgoing extrovert of the zodiac. And sometimes you really, you really get carried away and on a high vibration, and you get excited, and we love it. We feed off that energy, Sagittarius. But sometimes when you're not in that high vibration, I think you get a little low too sometimes. So I love that the dove spirit came out to said, be at peace. All right, let's see what the landscape has. Time to play. Yay! Make time to dance and play. Now that's totally your energy, right? Yes. So you can be at peace and you can still play. I like it. Let's go ahead and get some additional guidance and messages from tarot. And this is for Sagittarius for March 2026. So we have Six of Pentacles, King of Cups, and the Ten of Wands. Two of Cups, Six of Wands, King of Wands, Seven of Cups, Six of Swords, and the Page of Cups. All right. All right, so there's some change coming your way, right? An ending. And I like it for you because it's happening in a really good house. It's happening in your house of career, your public life. And you are going to be making a change. And you're going to have the ability to make your decision on a new career direction, which is what the Six of Swords says. You're looking for a new direction. You're looking to maybe get away from what you've been doing. And when you take that leap of faith, right? When you're at peace with the change, you're going to have some options. You're going to have some decisions to make. Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups says you've got some skills. You've got some talent. Look at all these different things you can do, Sagittarius. And don't limit yourself right now. So this eclipse that happened today, the 3rd, is really putting you in a very public arena. People are watching you. This is Six of Wands. This is, being a public-facing position, being in a community. So your public-facing and your private life isn't over with, but your public-facing career and the choices that you make are going to lead you down a whole new path, down a whole new corridor, and I like it. And I like that the Two of Cups is over here because there's a separation. Do you see how the back of the Six of Wands, which is your public-facing house, is got its back to this beautiful relation, this Two of Cups, this equitable union, this peaceful, harmonious union? That's your private world, And you've learned to separate the two and to balance the two. This has been part of your life path, your journey, for you to learn, putting down some of the responsibilities that weren't yours to carry, both personally and professionally, and trying to do both at maximum, optimum Sagittarius energy, which is exhausting for anybody. Save that energy, and know that you can have both. You can have a successful public life or career and a successful union. The big challenge, though, for you, again, is to make the decision. And when I say that, because when we make the right decision, things kind of fall in place for us. The road rises up to greet us. The right people fall into place. The right opportunities, approach us. It's just, life is easy. You're not pushing the river. You're going with flow. You're moving into a new area, but you're moving in flow. So take your time over here with the Seven of Cups, because the Seven of Cups, can, it's a smorgasbord of, serendipity, divine gifts, beautiful opportunities that are coming your way. And I don't mean to, put a lot of emphasis like this is going to be a high pressure for you, but you have a habit sometimes of going too quickly. You kind of have that quick, passionate, let's go energy, kind of like Aries. And you don't take the proper time. And I'm thinking this King of Wands here is the clue. Take your time and get aligned with your vibration. Get aligned with your passion, Your pursuit, your new endeavor should be aligned with how you feel. Now, we all like to do work that we're good at. We all like to spend our time doing things that we're good at, right? It makes us feel confident, it makes us want more, and there's some joy that comes along with it. But we also know that when we get out of our comfort zone and choose something that we're not as good at, it can be extremely rewarding. So don't shy away from something that piques your interest. Look into it. Look into it closely, just not surface. Do some research on it, dive in there, because all that glitters is not gold, You've got a little snake coming out of this cup and some type of weird ghost on there and, beautiful, jewels, but they might be fake. Look into the situation and do your research and do your due diligence and do yourself a favor, right? Now, the good news for you too is your ruler, Jupiter, currently in Cancer, is going to go direct on the 10th of March. So I look for this shift for you, which already began because we know that the lunar eclipse is shaking everything loose, bringing things to your attention, right? Changes in your career. But, I love that Mars and Mercury is activating your domestic life too, right? So that's just, again, it's a good reading for you. So Mercury retrograde in your domestic life with Mars is really putting an emphasis on that. So you couldn't have two more important houses that are being blessed by the spirit, by the universe. Look at how things are lining up for you, Sagittarius. I'm actually excited for you. You're going to have the best of both worlds, and it's going to come at a good time for you. You're ready to put down the extra burdens and start living, laughing, and playing, what you do really well. If this resonates, please like, share, and subscribe. Wishing you balance, peace, and harmony. Take care.